Hey guys, it's Basie Sims, and we are back with more Winter's Wish. I hate Tominari. Poor Tominari. Oh, Tominari. Listen. The other day I was like, I don't even want to play Tominari's route because I am mad because I was trying to pull in Love in Deep Space for Raphael's new frickin' myth, and Xavier came up on my pity, and I was like, fuck you. So mad. I was like, you son of a bitch. And then every individual pull I did after that, just to get the last few to get to the crate where I could get the last card, were all like, Xavier. And I was like, you son, I was so mad at him. And if it really is the same VA, I mean, give me a break. Like, they give you, Tominari and Xavier have the same fucking vibes. I would not be surprised at all. It's one of those, like, God damn, I was just so mad. I was like, I don't even want to play this route in this game. And now I'm like, I don't want to play this route because you killed my robot and I loved him so much. And, you know, it was really the only way you were going to get me to pay attention to poor Tominari. Like, I feel bad for the man because, like, there was literally nothing wrong with you, but you dangled the beautiful robot in front of me and now you killed him, and now I just... I'm trying to cope, but I can't. It's really bringing me down, okay? It's bringing the vibes down. It's not what we want. And I just, oh my God. I tried very hard not to think about it, but it's not helping that, like, at the moment, I was watching Alice in Borderlands, right? And then I always watch that. I watch it on repeat. And then I was like, what can I watch until my Veronica Mars Season 2 DVDs get here? Because Amazon lets you buy each individual episode, but not the full fucking season for Season 2. And I'm like, and I only had Season 1 on DVD. And I'm like, fine. So I bought it used off somebody on Amazon. I was like, okay, cool, fine. So I'm waiting for that. So I was like, I watched Alice in Borderland. And then I was like, and then now Squid Game, the second half of Season 2 is coming out this Friday. Right? And I was like, well, my mom will be here, but I could catch up on that because you know what? Fine. I don't know how long it's been since... I don't think I rewatched the first season when the second season came out, and I watched that first half of it. So I'm like, let me rewatch the first season. And I was like, sitting there last night watching it, I'm like, yeah, you know, this wasn't probably a great idea to watch after the devastation of Kyoshiro dying. And then you're watching it and you're like, no, this was... like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? You know? Oh, we're not having fun here. So, Tominari, your route is going to be bittersweet, because even if the romance is great and wonderful at the end, I'm still going to be sad if we can't bring our beautiful robot back, because... I just... Anyway, I guess we've got to start this now. It makes me cry more. Afterwards, the Oniwaban tasked with taking down the killer left the base to take a break. These were also Miyagi and Yabuta's orders. For some reason, we didn't leave right away. Instead, we stood right outside the base and stared at it. I mean, I live here, so... And the councilman didn't end up being the killer either. We won't know for sure until he recovers, but I suspect he was just a decoy. Yeah, like, because then this way it got Kinji out, and... Otaro was quote-unquote asleep. I find that sus. I'm sorry, I still find it sus. We're never gonna find out anything about it. Like, Hibie's behind all this. I feel like that's obvious. But it's like, is he working with Otaro somehow? Is he possessed? I don't know. Listen, but we're never gonna find anything out until Otaro's route. But, you know. Still sus about him. A decoy to draw away some of the bodyguards and make the job a bit easier. The job! Stop it! Hold on a second. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Hold on, sorry. It's my mom. I had to reboot my phone because I wasn't sure. Like, I haven't heard from her. She's supposed to come tomorrow. And I was like, I have not heard from my fucking mom. And I'm like, my phone shows it as a signal, but every once in a while my phone, like, looks like it's fine and then I don't get texts and then I don't get phone call and I can use the internet, everything works, but texts, like, the cell service, like, drops on my phone. It's not the network, it's my phone. My phone literally is just like, whatever. So I have to reboot it. And I don't know it because sometimes it'll look like it's working. And I don't know that I'm not getting text messages because and I only figured this out like months and months ago because my mom was trying for like 3 days to reach me. Like I wasn't responding to people's texts and their group text, and then she called me and I didn't answer the phone, and I was like, she thought I was like, God, that poor woman thought I was dead. So because I knew she might be coming tomorrow, I was gonna text her before and be like, the fuck, are you coming or what, lady? Do I need to vacuum a house, or can I, like, not give a shit? Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, but she hasn't said anything. I'm like, you know what? My phone showed I had a signal. You know what? Let me just reboot it anyway. So, just in case she texted me hours ago, because it'll come up and say just now, because just now was when I received it, not 6 hours ago when she texted me. I figured I would reply. So, pardon me for that. But also, I want to avoid this so much so, but oh my god. You know what? Having a couple day break, like yesterday, I was like, I don't want to record this part. I want to wait, but I need to just because, this way I've got a full week worth of stuff, and I'm a little bit ahead. So when I think I'm like 2 weeks ahead, which is perfect. It's where I want to stay, where I will be by the time I can start recording again. So. Anyway, to make the job a bit easier. Oh, Kuka. Now that I think about it, the Bladefall's behavior and the way its body was shaped were perfect for stalling for time. Does that mean the killer can modify Bladefall's bodies? Nah, yeah, that sounds something that he would be able to do. If they can make tools with Bladefall sealed inside, I wouldn't be surprised if they could change the Bladefall's bodies as well. I should have realized that at the very beginning. And then my precious robot wouldn't be dead, and I wouldn't be so sad. Poor Tominari, you don't deserve this. We don't know you. You don't deserve to have me, like, hate you on behalf of killing my beautiful robot. Come to think of it, it doesn't make much sense that they dropped the burnishing rod in the victim's garden either. Maybe it was planted there. Like, I hope so. Ugh, like... Sorry, I was just telling my mom that, again, I'm making sure I reply back to her text. But we're supposed to, it's been hot as hell. It was 110 yesterday. It's 107 right now. But it's cloudy as fuck. And then we have, the severe heat warnings, and now we also have severe thunderstorm warnings. And I'm like, I hope my mom doesn't have to drive in thunderstorms because she's driving from Florida. It's like 10-hour drive, so. And she just said, she's like, it looks fine. I'm like, I hope so. Because, like, shit. Like, Florida rain, and then you get further north, and it's like driving in a fucking lake. But, anyway. But, yeah, no, I kind of agree. I mean, I think we were worried about that before with the burnishing rod. Like, was it planted? Like, what's the deal with it? It didn't seem, especially when the guy ran. So, it seems like he was definitely, like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of figured that thought, possibly, when the Bladefall ran away, and we're like, he was running from something. And that's why the actual killer skinned the guy's face off, so he wouldn't have a mask, so it'd be harder to kill him. Ugh. It's possible. Like Tanichibo, however, he might not remember anything when he wakes up. If he wakes up. We're not any closer to the truth in the end. And look at Kuga's sad little face. We're not closer to the truth than we lost our other precious robot. Then we all stood there, saying nothing. Thoughts filled my mind in the oppressive silence. It's all my fault. Kyoshiro wouldn't have changed our strategy if I hadn't suggested it. Oh, that's not why it's your fault. I mean, it is your fault. It's because you started to give him feelings. And Maharu, sure, but I'm gonna take credit for it, And he started to crack a little, and so it was like, just that little bit wore him down faster. You know what I mean? I think that, like, maybe it still would have been able to kill him. You know what I mean? Without having anybody around because he's just one person. But, you know, I still think that, I don't think that helped. I'm the only one who can see emotional imprints. I was convinced I was the only one who could perceive the truth. Kyoshiro and Tominari calmly stopped me at the time, but then I tried to make them change their minds. If I just backed down, Kyoshiro would... My mind was awash with regret and confusion. Listening to Lord Yoshimune's story and seeing so many people grieving made me realize this was my sin to bear. My own foolishness at fault. I don't want to pet you. I was trying, and you know I'm going to try to get those pin feathers out, and you bit me very hard. So I don't want to pet you because you're not nice. Don't fucking look at me with those stupid fucking beady eyes, giving me sad eyes, making me feel bad, making me want to pet you. Asshole. You're so fucking cute. But you're mean. No, but you're mean. I know you're so cute, but you're so dangerous. You're like a cute little thing. You're like, oh, I want to pet you. And then you bite hard and it's like, ow, that's mean. Oh, you're so cute. It's like, I'm stupid because I keep falling for it. All right, I'll put my hand here and you just snuggle. Okay, that's fine. Also, you don't deserve snuggles and petties. You pooped on my couch like a big fat jerk. You know better. Took a giant shit all on the side of the couch I sit on. Not even like you were trying to get the puppy pads. You just went, nah, I just take a giant shit on your couch because I don't feel like fucking moving my fucking lazy ass from snugging with my teddies. It's a big fat jerk. You didn't think I'd fucking notice. I fucking noticed. The shit was the size of you dripping on down my couch. It was disgusting. You're a jerk. And then he's like, but pet me. Look how cute I am, asshole. Birds are dicks. If I opened my mouth even the slightest amount, all those feelings would probably come spilling out. No, I can't. There's no way I could say that. I'm sure everyone else has something to say. I'm heading back to the shop then. I'm beat. Huh? It'd certainly be difficult to guard anyone when we're this fatigued. Let's take them up on their offer and get some rest. The thing is they're vessels, so, like, even if they're bothered by Kyoshiro dying, they're not gonna feel the same way we do, you know? Spacey, Tominari, I'm sure you're exhausted too. Get some rest before tomorrow. Like, again, I don't think they're totally void of any emotion. They're just void of most emotion, you know what I mean? Will do. See you guys later. Tojo and the others began walking back home, leaving just Tominari and me. And see, that's the worst part about being us, because we're all very sad about everything that happened. And we don't, like, in a time of sadness like this when someone dies, like, think about any wake or funeral or anything you've been to. Like, you have other people there that are also sad, and then you're sharing memories, and you're joking, and you're laughing, and you're remembering good times, and it's like you need that human connection so that you're not sitting in a corner feeling sad all the time. You need to have a little bit of a laugh. You know what I mean? You'd be, oh my God, remember that time oh, that was so great. You need those smiles and those uplifting moments so that you're not just wallowing in, like, the despair the whole time. But we can't really do that because we're feeling all these emotions, these horrible emotions, and the only other person is Yoshimune. I mean, Miyagi probably is too, and Yabuta, but, like, they're not here right now. We got the fucking vessels. We're surrounded by fucking robots who are like, oh, this is too bad. Anyway, go to bed. I need you to feel something! Like, you know? But if we make them feel something, we'll get them killed too. So it's like, that makes it so much harder to deal with him dying because we can't have touching moments and know that, okay, we're not alone in our pain. We are right now. We're fucking alone. Like, you know? Spacey, would you like to rest at my house for now? You know, since we can't use the base tonight. Okay, I can't stay here. I couldn't bring myself to respond to his invitation. Why is nobody blaming me? It's all my fault Kyoshiro died. Why aren't they saying anything? Oh, that I would not expect them to blame you, no, but... Spacey, are you crying? As I stood still in shock, Tominari peered over at me from the side, crying. Struck by what he said, I touched my face and found that my eyes were completely dry. There wasn't a single tear to be found on my face. My open eyes were just staring vacantly at the ground. I'm not crying. What are you talking about, Tominari? Why would I even be crying in the first place? I don't deserve to cry. Not when I'm the one who got Kyoshiro killed for no reason.
Oh, I see. If you say so, then.
That's a very interesting quote. Like, are you crying? Why would I be crying is a very interesting, why do you think I'm crying? This is a weird conversation. I feel like something's going to come back and we're going to be like, remember that weird conversation we had about crying?
Let's hurry home then, shall we? It's cold out here.
I'm not going. You...
Huh?
I'm going back to the base one more time. I need to be at least a little bit useful to everyone. I have to fight. I'm the only one with Hakuseki powers. The only one who can see threads. I need to fight for Kyoshiro's sake. See, this is like, we love that. I love this. We're like, I loved him so much. Sorry, Tominari. You are taking a back seat in your own route. It was the only role I had left. The more determined I became, the more my face began to twitch. What is this? I placed my hand on my cheek to try and stop it, to no avail. I simply listened to my pulse beat under the palm of my hand. Eventually, I heard my heart beating throughout my entire body like it was moving in sync. I was so shaken by the feeling that my body felt like it belonged to somebody else. I felt like throwing up, although I didn't understand why.
Spacey, you've had enough.
Tominari placed his hand on my shoulder to quell my trembling. I jumped in response to the new external stimulus. Why? I have to work harder.
You're already at your limit. You wouldn't react that way otherwise. Spacey, you regret proposing that plan, don't you? Now you're blaming yourself. Deep down, you're wondering what you'd do if someone else died. You're terrified.
What, are you a mind reader? I mean, it's true, but like, Jesus.
You'll just be a hindrance in that state.
Tominari quietly but callously explained where I now stood. I wanted to deny it, but deep down I knew he was right. My mind split in two opposing thoughts. It hurt to breathe. My heart was beating so loudly. It hurt to breathe when we came and we saw the glove. The second they showed that, it was like, nope. I wasn't sure why, but I pressed my hand against my chest. I also felt Tominari tighten his grip on my shoulder. What?
I could run, you know.
What? He was right. Excuse me, sir? What was he saying? He had barely said anything at all, but I had no idea what he meant. Stunned, I looked back at him, only to find Tominari furrowing his brow, a pained look on his face.
You've done enough. You should have been a normal girl. Instead, you've been part of terrible battles, your mind and body being worn down.
The fact that, like, a pained expression on your face, you shouldn't have expressions like that. I mean, to be fair, they all have some emotion, but it just seems like you have a little bit more than you should, I feel like.
And yet, here you are, still trying to fight. Enough. If you stay here any longer, you'll fall apart. I can't stand to see you like this. I want to see you smiling with all your heart.
Why do you care more about us than everybody else? Seriously, this is what I'm sus about. Not in a bad way. I feel like somehow you know me, some past thing, we made you. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's some kind of ties. There's some kind of ties here because, like, how are you more sensitive to, like, us? Like, everybody else after a while kind of got to know us, but that was later in the round. You've been like this from day one. You know what I mean?
You heard me. I want you to be happy, even if it means giving everything up. So, why don't we run away?
At that moment, I saw something shocking. See? What the fuck? You already have emotions! I'm sorry, it's a CG and it's Tominari with fucking threads. See, I knew you were sus, but again, not in a bad way, not like suspicious evil, but like, I knew there was something up with you and you have fucking threads. Okay, and the fact that like so like, you were never fully hinged, I guess, formed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Yuichi had memories, so he was not fully formed. He had no emotions. But, like, and you can't say, like, oh, he just magically fell in love with us instantly type of a thing. There's something else. Like, you already had cracks. And you were working perfectly fine, but there is something else that's going to be, like, between us, and that's why you cracked way before anybody else did. You know what I mean? Because you've been, like, everybody else endgame, where they're starting to crack and starting to feel things and questioning and being like, oh, wait a minute. Before they full on have threads, but that moment where they're like, I'm starting to crack, things are leaking out. You know what I mean? You've had that since the very beginning, so this is not surprising, but it is one of those like, but why? Anyway, there were blue threads around Tominari's neck. They were, without a doubt, the emotion threads that Hakuseki's could see. The seal on his heart's been broken. I had no idea what might have caused the seal to break. He loves you, but like, again, why so intently so fast? Thinking back on it, Tominari had treated me kindly ever since we first met. There's something there. There's a connection. Maybe it had only been a matter of time until this happened, once he developed such intense compassion for me. In other words, my weakness had set his heart free. Tominari didn't take his eyes off me once while I gathered my thoughts. He must be waiting for my response. Are we going to actually run away with him? We have an option, run away or don't run away. I feel like we shouldn't run away. I feel like run away is a bad ending. Like, run away and we're going to end up like, nah, I feel like that's bad. We shouldn't do that. Okay. Oh my god! Excuse me? The answer is run away. Really? This route is not going... Okay, this is not going at all like I expected. I expected a very similar format to the other ones. We solve a mystery, we break his shell, oh god, we fall in love, we don't let them kill our boyfriend, and this one, it's like, we killed your robot lover, and now we're gonna run away. What the fuck? Okay, left field, where the fuck did you come from? Alright. I needed to answer him. No sooner did the thought cross my mind than the tears brimmed over, almost in spite of myself. Not because I was sad. Not because it was hard. The emotions I'd kept bottled up inside were simply gushing out of me in the form of tears. So that's what it was. I wanted to run away. I was completely and utterly ashamed that I felt that way. Now that I was aware of my desires, however, I couldn't turn a blind eye to them, no matter how hard I tried. Or, I mean, okay, maybe that's it. It's like, I want to run away, because you have to face... Because she's like, nope, I can't, like, you have to face your problem. You know what I mean? It's like being like, no, I'm totally fine. You have to face the pain and the anguish and the fear to be in order to, like, get past it. Otherwise, it's going to eat you alive inside. So maybe we have to face that we want to run away, or are we actually going to? I don't know.
That's all right. Your wish is my command.
Tominari gently stroked my head. The soothing way he did it reminded me of the very last conversation we had with Kyoshiro. Kyoshiro, I can't believe we've lost someone so kind and ridiculously sexy. That's not the point, but I loved him. There is a difference. I was in love with that man. You can't take my beautiful side piece. I know we still have Emo Wizard, but it's not the same with a missing member in the man harem. I mean, there is an empty place where Tiny Tim once sat at the table, goddammit! The fuck kind of Christmas Carol bullshit is this? Tears began falling from my very eyes when it hit me all over again. It's all right. And my man Haremy's still alive. This is all an act. It's fine. He's fine. Don't worry about it. After a little time had passed, we packed up the Tominari's house and then headed back to the base a second time. We packed up at his house. I'm like, we packed up his whole house. We needed to borrow a horse for the long journey ahead of us. You mean steal one? Good girl. We managed to successfully acquire a horse. You mean steal one. The horse must have been cranky because we woke her up in the middle of the night. Tominari slowly pulled the reins while trying to soothe her. We're really running away. From the Oniwabon, from our mission.
Do you feel guilty about running away?
Yeah. I feel bad for everyone else. I wish I'd at least said something or gotten their permission before leaving. You don't get permission before running away. That'd be like, seriously, then that's not running away.
I can't let you do that. It'll be a terrible blow to the Oniwabon for you to go missing with a situation as severe as it is now. There's no way they'd allow us to leave. That's why we're running away.
Honestly, it's probably a good idea now that Tominari has threads, to be fair, because otherwise they're going to kill him. They're like, well, maybe they wouldn't. They'd be like, you're down a man. Pointing to the glove. And like, I'm just saying, you're going to do that? You're going to be down a man? He might not be able to fight Blightfall, but you got Miyagi and fucking Yabuta over there are fucking useless humans too. Tominari can still do shit. He just can't use the snow sacrament, that's all. What Tominari said made sense. I'm not taking this seriously enough. I found it pathetic that I still hadn't quite made up my mind. Just then I heard a cute, familiar voice fly towards me. I can't believe you're gonna forget the motherfucking bird. I looked down at my feet straight away and saw Komame hopping towards me. Komame? Jeep! Komame extended her wings just like she always did. Was she trying to tell me something? Chirp, chirp! She's like, the fucking dare you think you're gonna leave me, bitch? When I gently picked her up, she nestled against my chin, just like she had when I first met her. That's what my bird does. He's nestled against my hand instead right now. I could feel the tears welling up in my eyes, seeing her be so affectionate towards me. Komame, I'm so sorry. This is where we part ways. There's no way I can take you with us. Fuck that, you take the fucking bird or you goddamn stay. No, I would never leave my fucking bird. I would stuff him in my pants pocket before I would fucking leave. Sorry, he's coming with me. Komame didn't try to leave. She leaned up against me with her entire body as if she rejected what I just said. She's a bird. She's fine out in the wild. You just give up, and she doesn't need as much food, so it's not like you're taking a child with you. I tried to move away from her, but all that did was make her extremely mad. You're coming with us too? Chirp! But we're going somewhere really far away. You might not see Tojo and the others ever again. That's not what you should have convinced her to stay, because she's going to be like, good! Fucking hate Tojo. You're never going to see Yoichi again. Chirp! Chirp! Did she understand me? Komame nodded along to my warning with all her might. Like, you're not going to be able to see your Disney prince again. That's what you should have said. You're never going to see Yoichi and the others again. She didn't give a fuck about Tojo. She hates Tojo. I guess I did decide to take care of Komame to the bitter end when Tojo asked me to look after her. I might be abandoning my role in the Oniwabon, but I'll still protect her. It's the least I can do.
Spacey, we need to get going.
Okay, Komame's coming with us. Cheep! Tominari gave me a gentle pat on the shoulder before urging me to mount the horse. It's good, because if he tries to tell me no, I'm staying with my bird. You don't fucking separate me from my goddamn bird. Fuck you. All that was left to do was leave. But then... What are you doing? Ah! Emo wizard! I want to be like, save me, don't make me leave! I know I'm supposed to love Tominari, but like, listen, Tominari does suffer from the Xavier effect. It really is like, yeah, you're fine and all when you're around and nobody else is here and I'm totally vibing with you, but then when somebody else that I love shows up, it's like, who? What am I doing? Oh, Tominari, when'd you get here? Like, I don't know what it is. And if it really is the same VA, that man is typecast as like invisible characters for me. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm just like, who? Oh, you, right, you're here. And I don't hate either one of them. I really don't. But I just forget that they exist. I don't know what it is. Why are you like shadows? You're like, oh, yeah. Oh, you've been there the whole time. I just thought you were a... Okay, whatever. Like, trust me, Tominari had nothing on Kyoshiro. That's why they had to kill him. And then you've got Yabuta showing up. It's going to be hard for me to leave with this hotness. I don't know. I love our angry little cracker over here. We noticed Yabuta standing at the front gate. No way. I didn't hear him coming at all. He's like a ghost.
Yabuta.
I thought I heard chirping. Where do you think you're going on that horse? Sunday drive in the countryside? Don't tell me you're running away. Take me with you? Yabuta immediately saw through our plan. I mean, all your shit's packed up on the horse, so... I froze out of guilt. It was Tominari who took a step forward to protect me.
There's no point in stopping us. I'm taking her with me, even if it means I have to kill you.
Tominari then placed his hand on the sword at his hip, threatening Yabuta. Do not kill him! I am so, like, I understand where you're coming from, and right now this noble and hot, sure, but do not fucking kill my angry, salty wizard. If you fucking kill Emo Wizard, I'm gonna be so fucking mad, and there's no way I'm gonna love you. There's no way I'm gonna forgive you for this shit. I didn't doubt that Tominari meant what he said. I could keenly feel his determination despite standing behind him. Storm's rolling in. Has your heart returned? A normal vessel wouldn't dare betray the shogunate. You're acting very unusual. Tominari's like, maybe. Tominari gave some thought to what Yabuta said. Yabuta's like the one that Are you sure Yabuta doesn't have fucking Hakuseki powers? Are we sure? Because he's the one that figures it all out. He's like, that motherfucker's got feelings. I know what they feel like. I know feelings. He's got feelings. I get it. And they're like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, we should kill him. Like, it's always this man. Why is he always pegging this shit? Except for when it came to Kinji. He was like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. He was going to protect his boy. That's adorable, though. But he hates everybody else. Then he placed one hand over his heart like he was checking something.
Huh. So that's what this is. This is my heart.
You had no idea? Yabuta took a long, hard look at us, and you're over there like, oh, look, that grass over there is really green. Go on. Get out of here. Excuse me? What the fuck happened to this man? Who are you and what did you do to you? You know what? Let's not complain. Let's just get on the horse and go.
What?
Yeah, we're all like, what? They were setting us up for this in Kinji's route, though. Like, if you do it, like, because Yabuta's always been like, fucking hey, we're gonna kill you. You deserve to die. He has literally been like that every single time a vessel's gotten their heart back. And then now he's like, get out of here. He's like, leave, run away, be happy. Excuse me? I wouldn't have believed it at all if he hadn't been, like, turning a blind eye to Kinji. He was like, I didn't say anything about Kinji losing his heart, or getting his heart back. I didn't say anything about that because Kinji's my boy and I love him. So, and, like, now Yabuta's like, he's a big fucking softie. Look at our marshmallow. I love him. Didn't you hear me? I said beat it. To my great surprise, Yabuta was turning a blind eye to what we were doing. I shook my head in disbelief. I mean, again. But still. The threads around his neck were green. I didn't detect any hostility towards us, despite the fact that he talks like he's angry all the time. But that's just how I read him. But why? If you're leaving your Oniwaban post behind, you're not likely to turn into a Blightfall even though you're a vessel who has their heart back. You're of no use to us anymore. Might as well scram if you're just gonna be in the way. That is like the kindest, douchiest way to be like, just go be happy, you guys. It's such a cunty way to say it, but it's adorable, and it's exactly what we expect from this man. Although, I thought you were better than that. Oh! Nope. No, I'm not. I could hear in his voice that Yabuta was deeply disappointed. We couldn't refute what he said either. We had no right to.
Let's get going, Spacey.
Sure. The thing is Yabuta threw that out, and Tominari's like, not gonna go me into staying, gets on the horse and leaves, and we're like, oh, it might make me feel bad about leaving. Tominari and I then took off as Yabuta watched us go. I was conflicted, see? Tominari ain't. He's like, I got my bitch, I got a horse, I'm out! And we're like, Yabuta made me feel bad. Oh, we're in chapter 6 already. Okay. I'm just surprised that we ran away. Shit. Afterwards, this is shocking. I'm like, we took a leisurely trip on horseback. Despite being discovered by Yabuta when we left, we saw no signs of anyone pursuing us. Our journey was so peaceful, you'd never know we'd deserted. I have a feeling that Yabuta probably obviously told them what happened. He's going to be like, oh, yeah, no, he got his heart back, so good. They're gone. You know what I mean? And there's like, and they've got so much other shit to worry about. Who are they going to send after us? For real. You know what I mean? So, hold on. I got to give the bird a break.
It's also getting dark. We gotta turn on the lights. But let's,
You know what I mean? Because, like, if he told, like, he's not going to hide it. Yabuta is absolutely, like, he might have been like, go, get out of here. But he's not going to hide what happened. He's not going to be like, gee, I have no idea. Golly gosh darn it. What do you mean? They disappeared? Oh, no. He's not going to do that. He's absolutely...
it's okay. I turned on the light. You gotta go potties? Good boy. Thank you.
You know what I mean? So he's going to be like, yeah, saw them fucking leaving. Bastards. Tominari's got his heart back. He's fucking useless. And even if they wanted me back, what are they going to do? They're going to abandon... They're down a man. They're down 2 now. Okay, and they're down me. They don't have enough people to send after us when they've got to protect all the councilmen and stuff like that. They got bigger things to worry about than the 2 of us. They'll find us later. You know what I mean? So. Cheep. That's your job. Do you want chirp? No? Kamame was on the horse's head with her wings happily outstretched, perhaps because she rarely ever saw scenery outside of Ito. It seemed like she'd already gotten used to her new life with us. Seeing her enjoy herself made me take another look around me. This place seems familiar. We passed through here on our way to Ito, didn't we?
We basically followed the route we came on. If I remember correctly, weren't the soba noodles here really good?
Oh, right! Their noodles were so tasty and perfect for slurping. Oh, and that tea shop over there. We didn't stop by because we didn't have time, right?
Spacey, you said their dongo looked good. Want to stop by while we're here?
I'll pass this time. I'm not very hungry.
Oh, well, this post station is where I bought you a wallet.
A wallet? I peered into my furoshiki bundle to look at my wallet when he brought it up. Tominari had bought me this wallet during our journey to Ito. Hold on.
I have an itch. And I have only one hand because the bird's in the other one.
And then the first thing I put in it had been the money Tojo gave me. As someone who'd been all by myself up until then, it had been a treasured memory. Days like those will never come again. Yeah, because we ran away and deserted our friends. And I'm the one who gave them up of my own volition.
What's wrong?
Cheep! Tominari and Komame gave me worried looks as I silently gripped my teeth. Yabuta got under my skin and now I feel guilty and he's hot and I want to go back. We killed Kiyoshiro! Tominari couldn't see my face since he was sitting behind me. It's nothing. Right. I chose this path for myself. Seriously, the game made me do it. I definitely don't want to push all the responsibility for this onto Tominari. I kept my head hung low so he couldn't tell how vulnerable I felt. But then...
Spacey.
Oh, look at her pretty CG. 2 CGs, like, back to back. Wow, damn. Like, this one's cute. Tominari gave me a big hug from behind. He put his arm all the way around me and the reins, the reins in his grip. We'd been touching the entire time since we were riding the same horse, Still, his embrace helped me feel his presence even more keenly, as well as the difference in our physiques and the warmth of his body, warm like the sun against mine.
Everything will be okay. You're not alone. I promise I'd be with you through thick and thin.
He used his other hand, the one that was holding the reins, to stroke mine. That wasn't holding the reins, sorry.
Didn't I?
You did, and you're keeping your word. That was all he needed to say in order to convey how he felt. In spite of the situation we were in, it made me happy. Afterwards, we continued walking the horse down the road. The street still seemed so familiar no matter how far we went. A question suddenly popped into my head while looking at the scenery around us. Tominari, where are we going? I feel like we'll end up back in my hometown if we keep walking this way.
Don't worry, we're not going back there. The Oni-Waban would find you immediately and take you back if we did.
Then where are we headed?
A village the Oni-Waban's not familiar with. I figured we could stay there for a while. I asked around at a post station earlier and heard there's a perfect village nearby. No one knows about your powers there. A new life awaits us. One where we can live in peace.
This would be the weirdest route if we just go and the rest of it is literally just like us homesteading with him. Like, I'm gonna be very fucking confused. A new life. I whispered it as if I were thinking out loud to myself. In my head, however, I was still nervous. With all the mistakes I've made so far, can I really make a new life somewhere new? This just feels like we're headed to why does this feel like a bad ending? You know what I mean? Like, we abandon everyone, everyone's gonna die, and like we just did bad, even though we're like, we get to go be with him, but we know that like we did the wrong thing. I feel like we made the wrong choice. This whole route is so baffling. I mean, good job switching it up, because there was a formula. You know what I mean? You knew what to expect, and this one you're like, oh, nope, clearly we decided to change what was fucking going on here. Okay.
It'll be okay. Don't worry so much. We'll make it work. Jeep! Exactly. We've got Komame with us, too.
Tominari, Komame spread her wings encouragingly, and Tominari smiled gently. I looked at them and realized I felt a tiny bit relieved. I think I've wanted to run away for a long time. She's like, in all those other routes with all those other men, I wanted to run away. I didn't! Can I go back to Kinji? Can't go back to Kyoshiro because he died. Can we go back to Kinji's route where everybody was alive and then we have a happy man harem? Seems better. I don't know. I feel like we should have just stayed there. We don't need to know what happens in the rest of the game, but you know what? I'll forever be ruined knowing what happened here. I'm really afraid of how many people are going to die in Otaro's route. Jesus Christ. Our journey continued. We passed through countless post stations, mountains, and valleys. We eventually arrived at a tiny village near a lush forest. In terms of location, it was separated from my hometown by the mountain. I knew this for fact because the mountain where the Hakuseki settlement had once been could be seen deep in the forest. We caught the village chief on his way home from work and talked to him in person.
Oh, you'd like to live in our village, you say?
Yeah, if you don't mind having us. We'd be happy to help out around the village, doing anything that needs done.
It's nice to meet you. After briefly introducing ourselves, we bowed our heads. The village chief stared at us for a while, sizing us up. His eyes and threads made his confusion abundantly clear.
Chirp, chirp! What a chipper little sparrow! She part of your family, too?
Yes, she's quite dear to us. Someone we owe a lot asked a lot to. Wow. Someone we owe a lot to asked us to take care of her.
By the by, what did you do for a living before coming here, and where?
We lived a normal life elsewhere. We couldn't stay there for reasons of our own.
Oh, that's a perfectly non-answer answer. As guilty as it made us feel, we couldn't give him any information about where we lived before or who we were. We could have just said, oh, we came from Edo and, we ran a shop but it burned down or something. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to get your pin feathers out, but you won't let me. I know. Oh, I really wanted to get them. You're just still snugged in my hands. You like being pet. You know I keep hitting your pin feathers. I know, but they're killing me. I want to get them out so bad. I've got him cupped in both my hands. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? How dare you touch me like that? I'm so sorry. They're just there in the corner. I so desperately want to get them out because I know they bug you. And they hurt when they pet you, and they're so crunchy. I know, buddy. I'm so sorry. All right. If we did, the Oni-Waban would come for us as soon as they caught wind of any rumors. We sound shady, to put it bluntly. This could be hard if the color of his threads is anything to go by. But then...
In that case, no trouble at all. Make yourselves at home.
Are you sure? He's like, oh yeah, we're all a bunch of, like, thieves and criminals here. Don't worry about it. We're all hiding.
Of course I am. As a member of the village myself, I look forward to getting to know you. Oh, right. There's an empty house toward the back of the village if you need somewhere to stay. It's in relatively good shape. You're more than welcome to use it if you clean it up a bit.
Thank you. That'll be much appreciated.
Yeah, because otherwise, where are we going to live? You need to have a house in this village. Thank you.
Not at all. I'm chuffed to see young folk like yourselves come around.
Then the chief gave us a quick rundown of the village rules. Unlike my hometown, it was perfectly fine to make 1 or 2 form folk here in this village. The only thing we were forbidden to do was to set foot in the forest.
Well, time for me to get going. I'll tell everyone else about you.
You can't set foot in the forest. That sounds very interesting, and I wonder why. Huh. And how does Tominari know about this village? He said he talked to someone and they told him, but like, hey, do you know a village that the Oni-Waban wouldn't know anything about? How the fuck did you know that they don't know about this? Because that's what he said. Oh, there's a village the Oni-Waban know nothing about. I talked to some people at a post station and they told me about it. How would that... I mean, could you be any more obvious? Hey, you know a place we could hide from the cops? Cool. That warehouse? Awesome. Cops don't know about that? Great. You know what I mean? Like, that just seems like someone's going to be like, okay, so when the cops come around, hey, you've seen any strange individuals asking about a place where the cops don't know? Yeah, they're in that warehouse. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems kind of obvious. So, like, I mean, he might have asked, oh, local villages nearby that maybe need help. We're looking for a new place. I mean, sure. Okay, fine. You know, you're travelers or you're looking for a new place to settle down. Sure, fine. You asked about that. But how does he know that the Oni-Waban doesn't know about this village? Because you definitely didn't glean that information from the post station. You know what I mean? So,
Thank you very much.
the village chief left after explaining little else.
Good. It sounds like we can live here without any trouble.
Yeah. I took another look around the village. It did seem peaceful here. I didn't see any trace of emotional imprints anywhere I looked. It's nothing like Ito or my hometown, but this village will be our new home. Our home. Tominari, however, was looking curiously at the scenery around us. What's wrong, Tominari?
Nothing. I just feel like I've seen this place somewhere before.
So he has your heart back, but you haven't unlocked your memories. Is that how you know that the Oni-Waban doesn't know about this village because you came from this village, but also then the Oni-Waban would know about this village because you came from this village? And they would, unless they found you somewhere else. Did you go somewhere like this on an Oni-Waban mission?
I'm not sure how I would have. I never went on any trips besides when I went to get you.
Tominari grimaced, pressing his temples. Memories. Are you okay? Worried, I looked into his face. He very slowly, very gently shook his head.
That's nothing to worry about. I just had a bit of a headache.
Are you sure? You should get some rest then. It was a long journey getting here after all.
I'm fine. I'm better already, I think. Let's get going.
He only looked distressed for a brief second. There was nothing unusual about his expression or his threads. Tominari took a step forward, leading the way with a gentle smile on his face. Our first job after arriving in the village was some spring cleaning.
The house does seem to be in good shape, but I don't think it's ever been used. There's a ton of dust.
Doesn't mean it's never been used, just not in a while.
I
Let's just dust off everything and tidy up for now. We can worry about the finer details later.
Sure, I'll start from the back of the house then.
Chirp! Don't breathe in the dust, Kamame. After watching Tomonari head to the back, Kamame hopped up and down again to draw attention to herself. Based on the extra dignified look in her eyes, she wanted to help too. I appreciate it, but the dust probably isn't good for you. Could you wait outside the front door, Kamame? Look, I'll make you an enclosure. Cheep! I made a tiny little pen for Kamame out of some rocks by the side of the house, and she hopped in, absolutely delighted. There, now Kamame won't get covered in dust. Unless you're blowing the dust out the front door, she will. The only thing left to do now is clean as much as I can.
Little dust never hurt anyone. I say, looking around at the dust in my house.
Man, we knuckled down and cleaned. Once we dusted all the shelves, we swept the floors and tatami mats. We carried on, divvying up the work as we went. I wiped down the floors while Tomonari did the kitchen repairs. Achoo! I hear an adorable sneeze from the kitchen. I took a peek inside when I heard the noise, only to find Tomonari sneezing repeatedly while fiddling with something near the ceiling. Are you okay, Tomonari?
Yeah, everything's covered in dust. It's making my nose itch.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
It's hard to keep your nose and throat from being itchy. What? Tissue! Right at that moment, I let out a big sneeze of my own. I must have inhaled some dust floating in the air.
You be careful too.
Thanks, I will. Tomonari's sneeze was cuter. How is his cuter? I'm a girl. Nah, I sneeze like a fucking drunk semi-truck. I smiled to myself, feeling a bit embarrassed. Tomonari stared intently at me. I didn't even need to see what color his threads were. Something had brought a happy smile to his face. What is it?
Nothing. I just haven't seen you make that face in a long time. You're cutest when you're smiling.
Huh? Tomonari grinned at me. I could feel my chest tighten over his smile, which hadn't changed one bit since we first met. What was that all about? I stood there, momentarily perplexed by feelings I didn't quite understand myself when... Goodness, you must be the folks who just got here! Several people who seemed to be villagers peered in from the front door. The village chief must have told them that some newcomers had arrived. Oh, yes, we are.
Hello, it's nice to meet you.
Whoa, we don't often get dapper young things like you around here.
Are you hitting on my boyfriend?
Y'all need food, don't you? We just picked a bunch of tangerines, so you can have all these.
I brought you some potatoes. Eat as many as you like. They are mighty tasty boiled.
Shit, they brought us fucking potatoes. I mean, tangerines are nice, but you brought me potatoes! Fuck yeah! Fucking Sims showing up with goddamn fruitcake, and these motherfuckers are awesome and brought me motherfucking potatoes. And apparently vegetables, but like, show up to my house with fucking potatoes. Hell yeah. Or in this economy, show up with eggs, and then it's like, damn, we besties now, motherfucker.
And I brought you some wild vegetables. They're nice and fresh. I just picked them today. Here you go.
I like this village. We can live here.
Thank you so much.
Here, a rice stalk. Eat up, little sparrow.
Chirp!
In an instant, our entrance was filled with all the food they'd brought. Maybe it was because we'd eaten at restaurants our entire journey here, but the sight was almost overwhelming. Well, that about does it. If anything else comes up, you just let us know. Thank you. It's no trouble. See you around. The villagers all gave us one last cheerful smile and then we're gone, just like that. They gave us so much food and we haven't even done anything yet.
This village must be a bountiful place, and filled with kind people.
For sure, and they're not like all wary and weird, like, oh, strange new people. They're like, new people! Fun! Wait a minute, are they vampires? Are they gonna try to kill us? I don't trust anything in this game anymore. I looked at the threads around their necks, but didn't detect a single bit of hostility towards us. Of course not. They're like, "Yay, sacrifices to the ghosts in the forest." I was like, "Where are we not allowed to go? We're not allowed to go into the woods." Whatever. I'm like, into the evil wood spirits or whatever.
Sacrifices for the woods.
Yay! We don't know what kind of fucking children of the corn these people are. We don't know. If anything, I could tell they were welcoming their new friends, us, with open arms.
So, you think we'll be able to make a life here?
I don't know. You might end up dead soon. Tomonari asked me while I gazed out the front door, pondering the interaction we just had with the villagers. He seemed to be on the fence, so I said, "Yeah, I think so. I'll try not to mess this up." I feel like, "Yeah, I think so," not "I'll try not to mess this up." Okay, that's just being a Debbie Downer. All right? Yes, we got Kyoshiro killed. It wasn't because we changed plans. It was because we made the man have a little bit of a heart and it wore him down faster. But I also am still blaming Otaro for something. You were sleeping on the job, motherfucker. I don't know if I trust that you were just magically asleep. Like, I don't know about that. You know? So, yeah, it is. Yeah, I think so. Good. Yeah, I think so. Everyone's so kind. I think we'll do just fine here. I'll try really hard to get the villagers to like me. Tomonari smiled with relief when I said this, all fired up.
That's okay. You're wonderful just the way you are, even when you're not trying.
Huh?
Be your normal self. Treat them like you normally would. The way you were around us in Maharu. I know they'll all come to love you. Just like I have.
He didn't say it, but you know where he was thinking it. It seemed like he really meant it, and wasn't just trying to give me an empty compliment. I honestly had no idea how to react to such straightforward praise. We are technically a little under time, but we went way over last time with Kyoshiro's death scene and all the monologues and the information, so I am going to stop here. Well, we're at a happy place. And it'll be not tomorrow, but the day after for you, but it'll be like 4 or 5 days for me. So, yeah, it might be like 4 or 5 days. So, I'll come back and be like, "What the fuck happened?" I'm going to forget. I won't forget. I'll be like, "What happened? Oh, God, Kyoshiro's dead." I'm going to try as hard as I can to block it out. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.